112 days on semen retention. And it seems like that right before every single full moon, there seems to be some sort of turmoil. Something that happens, something that is significant, where I need to put all of my faith into my balls to make sure to remind myself that everything is going to be all right. Right before the full moon, a couple days back, I was making a video and it started pouring. And I sensed it. I knew it. My intuition, it was just there. I knew that it was about to flash flood. Where I live, it flash floods a lot. Like if it rains just a little bit too much, a little bit too fast, everything just starts flooding. And I know, like I've been in situations like this before, where I'm not by my house, I'm maybe 10, 20 minutes away, and it starts to pour. And I have to make the decision right then and there. Do I just, try to just stay where I am and just start praying that the rain is going to stop? Because I could do that, but if the rain doesn't stop, then my car could literally just go underwater. I've seen it happen before. Like the rain, I think it's going to stop. And it just keeps on going and going and going for hours. It gets worse and worse and worse. And I've seen people's cars just go completely submerged underwater. Because where I live, it's very just like mountainous. There's mountainous terrain. So at the bottom of the mountains, all the water just pools and puddles. It becomes a lake. It becomes an ocean on the streets. So I saw this. I saw the rain coming down. I was like, okay, time to end the video right here, short video, but I gotta get going. All right, it starts pouring. I can't even see in front of me. It's already starting to flood. It was maybe raining for 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and everything starts to flood. I'm just like, oh man. My heart starts racing, my adrenaline starts going, because I've been in situations like this before too, where my car completely breaks down within it and gets stuck. And I didn't want that to happen, obviously. But in this moment in time, I had to remind myself to stay positive, to not fear, to not be fearful in any sort of way. Because that would be the very thing that would bring on the worst. Bring on all the bad just omens upon me if I start thinking in a negative light. In this situation, I just had to trust in my instinct and trust in my balls. In my ball sack, my full ball sack. And understand that, number one, I'm lucky I have that on my side. Number two, I'll be all right. What's the worst that could happen? My car goes underwater, gets fully submerged. Whatever, I'll get another one. It is what it is. So then, I'm just driving. I'm going through oceans of water. Like my car just starts to become a boat at this point. I can't see a goddamn thing. I just have to trust my intuition that, okay, this puddle is not that bad. Let me just go. I was going through a puddle, and then my car started to slowly go under. And then I had to swerve to the other lane in order to, not fully go under the ocean. Because, I don't know, it would have been GG's, I guess, for the car. Not for me. No, I would have made it out. But I didn't want to deal with any of that. So I just trusted in my intuition. And I made it home. I was good. And the next day, the sun came out, and the car was completely fine. And it was just a reminder, I needed to not fear, not be in this fearful state of mind, not be afraid. Oh no, this is going to happen. Oh no, oh no, oh no. And then that's exactly what's going to happen. Because they're just going to manifest that into your reality. The fear is going to conquer, the world around you. And then those very things will happen. So, right before every full moon, and I backtracked too. I backtracked to some of my other videos. and saw that every single time, right before there's a full moon, there's some sort of turmoil going on within my life, and I'm tested, and I have to make certain decisions, whether to, keep on going, and whether to trust myself or to just fold under the pressure. Even with women, it's significantly getting harder and harder and harder to stay on point. These women want me. They want to just rip away my soul, suck away my soul for that sake. They want to suck the soul out of me and just, take all my energy, take all my spirit away. And I significantly felt that right before the full moon. But I had to make the decision you're good, bro. Just keep on going. Just keep on going. Just remind myself to have that faith in myself that I'm better than this. I'm better. In these moments in time, you have to ignore reality. Because along the journey of semen retention in general, you're going to get to moments in time where you may feel a flat line. You may not be really feeling like yourself that day. And you just have to trust. You have to trust that there's going to be another day where you feel great, where you feel really, really good. And just become ready for that day. Just ignore what's going on. Ignore what's going on in your current reality right now, and bring that great day to you. Just tell yourself oh, it's a good day. It's a great day. Everything is going to be okay. Everything's actually significantly just better and better and better. You have to tell yourself that. And then the universe responds to that. The universe follows your input, your intuition, right? Otherwise, you're going to be fearful. You're going to fold under the pressure, and you're going to be oh, why am I even doing this? Why am I on this journey right now? Let me just pull up these videos. Let me just start, edging. It's not going to do too much to my content. No, you have to just get rid of it all and understand that you are on this significant journey right now, and you're going to be tested, and you just have to just keep pushing forward, because on the other side of this is absolute fucking greatness. I'm telling you right now. Same thing with my channel. My channel, for a long time, I was speaking to pretty much no one. I was getting, a handful of views every single video. And there were points in time where I felt stupid and I felt cringe for even trying. But I just had to delusionally push forward and tell myself, no, I'm doing this for a reason. I'm doing this to, at one point in time, I will be talking to people. I will be inspiring people to start this journey too. And with the willpower combined with, actually putting in the work and getting better and all that good stuff, the channel started to gain traction. And now I am talking to people. I am, a lot of people in the comment sections are telling me oh, I started this journey because I saw your video and you inspired me. And that's what I'm doing this for. So that right there is proof of concept to me right now that I can't be fearful in the moments where I want to give up. And I may see no sort of, direction or this or that. Just keep pushing forward. Because eventually you'll get to the point where everything just starts working. After the 90 days, 100 days of semen retention, everything just starts to work. And now, like I said, right before the full moons, I'm going to be significantly tested. But now I kind of know that. Now I know to be a little bit more prepared for that. And it could bring anything my way. Anything. And I know I'll just get through it. I know that I'll be all right. I know that tomorrow the sun is going to come out again and it's going to be a good day. It's going to get better and better and better. Because I got luck on my side. I got my ball sack on my side. It's filled up to the brim. I have all this energy to attract everything that I've ever wanted. And I'm utilizing it in the right way. If you're early in this journey, you have to make sure that you are transmuting your energy. You are transmuting it all in order to just get it out of your system. Because if you hold it all in, you're going to implode. You're going to start to have wet dreams. You're going to just, not make progress because you're not putting in the work as well. You have to put in the work as well along this journey. Oh, when am I supposed to start feeling benefits, this and that? You have to work with it. It's a system to help you. But you have to help yourself alongside it. And then you and your balls will just work in unison. That's how it's supposed to be done. It's not just, some magical shit where you're just going to start getting all these things that you've ever wanted. They're just gonna start coming to you because you manifested it. You made all these. No, you understand the law of attraction. You just say things and no, you have to have the willpower behind it, which is what semen retention gives you. And then with that, you have to get creative with it. You have to make sure you're working out, expend your energy in the proper right ways, and everything will attract to you. But on the other note, now when the full moon comes around, that's when things start to pick up again. That's when things start to hard launch. You got tested, you passed the fucking test. You didn't give up on yourself. You might have been in a state of fear, but you snapped out of it right away. You made sure you were good. You told yourself that you were going to be okay, and you were. You passed the test. The woman showed up and, pulled out her titties on you, and you just walked away from it. Another test. You passed. Good job. Now, you will be rewarded. You will be rewarded with the things that you want, and things will just start to pick up now. Because it's full moon time. It is full moon time. Every single full moon, man, you get super charged up. It's like the next level up of whatever you desire. When you're along the journey of semen retention, it's the next, Zenkai boost of just like power and just everything that you want. It's all just spiritually tied, spiritually connected, but you have to use the quote unquote real world around you, the material world. You have to use that to your benefit and use the spiritual side to it as well to get what you desire, whatever it is. You can obtain it along this journey. Especially the longer that you go on and the more that you are tested and the more that you pass the test, then you get all that energy right back. The moon starts to feed you. You start to transform into a great ape every single time the moon just peaks and just comes out. Like your energy, your strength, your just aura. I don't like using that word, but your actual aura, the energy around you. Like in Dragon Ball Z, you know how they could see the aura around certain characters? Their power levels and all that. That is how you feel. That is how other people see you and don't even know. Because they don't have a scanner on them. They can't tell. They're not tapped in, but they could sense it. They could sense your power. And you become more powerful every single full moon. But right before it, you're going to be tested. You just have to make sure that you pass the test and pass the test significantly. Make sure that when your faith is tested, you believe in yourself. You have to have just outstanding belief. Not even just within this journey, just within life. That you are capable to do whatever the fuck you want in order to get whatever the fuck you want. You have to understand that without that delusional amount of belief, you will never be able to get to where you want to be. You have to truly believe and then put in the work behind it. Like if you truly believe in yourself, you're just going to put in the work behind it. You're not going to bullshit yourself. You're not going to lie to yourself. That's where semen retention comes into play. You can't bullshit yourself anymore. You can't fake it. You can't fake anything. Nothing at all. You are just like, you are the most real that you've ever felt. You know, you're the most you that you've ever felt. I was talking to my mom the other day, and I was just telling her, like, man, I'm fucking happy. I'm happy because I know who I am. I sense who I am. I'm doing everything that I want to do. I'm becoming everything that I've ever wanted to become. And I didn't tell her about, semen retention, or she doesn't know about this YouTube channel or anything like that. But I was just like speaking the truth, And yeah, that was just a nice conversation in general. But regardless, I feel very much like myself, what I was always supposed to be, what I thought I could be when I was a kid, when I was a child. It puts you back in that state of mind of just creativity and just like knowing that you can. Having no real doubt within yourself and just knowing that you can. And as long as you just keep pushing forward, no matter how much you are tested within this life, you will be rewarded. I'm telling you right now, you will be rewarded every single time if you just believe and put in the fucking work behind it. That is the most powerful thing that you can do. And with that belief, you have to be patient. You have to be incredibly patient in order to see everything, come into this reality. And in order to see everything come into fruition, all your dreams can become your reality if you give it enough time and effort and belief. That is all it takes. That is all it takes. And as long as you are consistent with that and getting better and better and better, you will achieve whatever the fuck you want to. Nothing is unobtainable. Everything is fucking energy. Everything. Everything is conscious. Everything is energy. We are just conscious beings that are able to act on our emotions and have the willpower to change our life, change our reality. Animals are conscious with emotions, but they don't have, the willpower in order to change anything. They're just a part of nature. And plants or something like that, they are conscious, but they don't have emotions or willpower. So there's levels to this shit. And we, as humans, are at, the best level in order to change, in order to actually make something of ourselves, of our lives, and do whatever the fuck we want. We can manifest whatever the fuck we want if we just put our mind to it and put in the fucking work. Nobody wants to put in the work nowadays. Nobody. But that shouldn't be like an excuse for you to not put in the work as well. You shouldn't sit around and just start complaining about certain things, how the economy is so bad, rent is so high, this and that. I mean, understandable, it is. But you can control the outcome of that if you control the income. If you control just being better on the inside and fixing yourself, you will be able to be someone who is able to make more money and just survive in this world, and then thrive. And you can do that if you hop on the journey of semen retention, because now you have energy, now you have the power to transmute all of your energy into something. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It is just always there. So when your aura is just elevated, you are able to attract more. You are able to just do more. Because you're a more attractive person. Not just to people, not just to women, but to the world, to everything that has conscious. So then whatever you think about, whatever you talk about, quickly comes into your reality. I will think about something and say something, and then maybe a day or two later, it will come into my reality. if I really just focus up on it, you know? And then other things take more time. It depends how, close you are to that reality, how much belief you actually have. But regardless, you can make anything happen. Don't let anybody fucking tell you that you can't. And with the power of semen retention, you can do anything. And the longer you go along that journey, the more you can just bring into your life. This is a spiritual journey, where you can obtain power, you can obtain woman, you can do whatever the fuck you want with this sort of power. But use it for good, With great power comes great responsibility. Shout out Uncle Ben. He's a real one. Rest in peace. That's Spider-Man. But it's true though, with great power comes great responsibility. So don't do this for the wrong reasons. Do it for the right reasons, Do it to actually change your life. Don't do it just for women. Do it for, just like becoming a better person. Changing your reality. Because deep down, you want all these things. You want more money. You want maybe just freedom. The freedom to do whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want. You don't need a massive amount of money to be free. But all of us deep down inside want freedom. We want to be free. We don't want to be chained down and enslaved. No, we want to do what we want to do. It's our natural desire. So this just gravitates you closer to it. And the longer you go on the journey, the closer it gets. So that's another reason to just stick to it. Stick to the journey. God damn, my hand is getting shaky. Stick to the journey. Don't give up on yourself. Don't care about what other people say. If you go through a flat line, just know that the day's going to come where it gets better and better and better. Just keep on pushing. Just keep on pushing through no matter what, and work on something, Get better at your job. Try to level up in your job. Try to level up in, how you look, how you feel, your diet, all those sorts of things. I mean, in my experience, semen retention kind of sorts that shit out on its own. But you can make that happen as well, Fix up your diet, start training in the gym if you're not. Do something creative and just enjoy the process. That is a significant part of it. Just enjoy the process of it and become whoever the fuck you want to become. Okay? Don't care about what anybody fucking tells you. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Okay? I love you guys like always. Just stay strong on the journey, whoever's, going on it or starting it or whatever. Just keep on going. You got this shit. Fucking love y'all. Starter.